Hi folks, I'm Andrew and I'm going to show you how to fit boot springs to the Aston Martin DBS, also the same for the V8 I assume. The number of boot springs that you need depends on the model you have, as to whether it has the spoiler on the boot lid as per the V8, in which case the boot lid is heavier and needs more springing. This is the original 1968 DBS and only has 2 springs per side, and there's the old springs which broke as they do with fatigue over the years. And I have a new pair here. I've already fitted the pair on this side and I'm going to fit them onto this side, and I thought I would share with you how I achieved that. In order to unfurl the springs and hold them open so that you can bolt them into position, you're going to need a tool something like this. What I'm going to do is unravel the springs and clamp them to this spanner, and because it has the open section there, I can hold this just over this hollow section and then clamp that to the bolt. Importantly, do not attempt to do this single-handed. You need a friend to help you, an assistant, to get the clamp on after you've unfurled the springs. They're incredibly strong, and you'll also need a pair of, or certainly a left glove I found was enough to get your finger under there and open it out. Also, nice big screwdriver just to start it off, so you can get it started. You can see there just how strong they are, and that's really strong indeed. We're going to unfurl that and clamp it down onto that onto that tool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the spring, one of the springs, whilst wearing the glove, so I don't get my fingers trapped, and I've got to try to spread it over this spanner. So with the help of an assistant, okay, so we're going to unfurl the first one and then lay it over the tool. My assistant will hold the tool whilst I unravel the spring. Other way around please. I lay it over the top and then we clamp that in position. Okay, then we get the second spring. We're going to lay that on top, and we've got to try and align the 2 holes. So here's the second spring. And release. A little bit more please. Okay, clamp. Might need to open more. Might need to open the clamp more. Not sure I can hold it any longer. No, you need to press the release button. Oh, okay. Right, okay. And clamp. Okay. Now we've got to try and align the 2 holes before we combine the 2 springs together. So release and clamp. Okay, so the 2 holes are coming into alignment. Just put a screwdriver through there. There we go. And just easing them together. So now the 2 holes are in alignment with each other. Now I need to unfurl both the springs so that they're working, so they're wrapped around each other. So let's swap over. We're going to put a second clamp on the near end, just to be sure. There we go. So that's well clamped down. So at the moment I'm working on the left hand side as you look at the boot, and that's how you need it, with the clamp like that, because that's going to go, this side is going to go towards the rear and this side goes towards the front. Okay, so now we've got the spring clamped up, all we've got to do, hopefully, is get it onto the protruding bolt. Okay, so now you can see the springs and the tool and the clamp actually on the bolt. Okay, so there's the nut now on. It's just a matter of doing that up. What I have to do now is get the spring over this roller. I've still got the clamp on and I've still got the tool behind it. So what I need to do is get something that I'm going to be able to hold the spring with and pull it through. So I'm using a little bit of brake tubing there. Okay, so that's now in position. So I'm now free to release the clamp, get the tool out. There it is. Okay, so now the spring is sitting there, and I have to pull the spring over the roller. There we go. And then get the pipes out, and as if by magic, it seems, as long as that doesn't catch, let's get that spring wrapped around the roller. That's it, and on the other side, wires. That's it. And look, the boot stays up. Fantastic. So you can see here the spring wrapped around the roller, and we mustn't forget to make sure that the nut at the top holding the spring on is fully tightened. You can see the operation of the roller as I lower the boot lid, raise it back up again. I've finished the job now. The springs are fully fitted. I used this piece of brake piping to thread through the loop at the back that was sitting behind there and pull it through. I can't show you that again. And there's the springs are fitted on both sides, 2 on each side, and as you can see, they're holding the weight of the boot. Down she goes, up she comes. Perfect job.